We are anonymous. This is a warning that the silent coup currently underway in the United States against President-elect Donald Trump that has brought that nation to the edge of an abyss has just 10 more days to play out, and whose consequences and final outcome will, most certainly, forever alter the world as we now know it. The current US presidential election is racing towards a hard and fast the 13th of December deadline mandated by Title III, US Code. Section 5 that each of the individual American states must have concluded all controversies related to their voting and submit their electors for the 19th of December electoral college vote to install that nation's next leader. To how immovable the 13th of December date is under this American federal law. This was evidenced in the 2000 U.S. presidential election when on the 12th of December the U.S. Supreme Court ordered that recounting of votes in the race between George W. Bush and Al Gore be immediately halted so the 13th of December deadline would be met. In the U.S. Supreme Court's the 12th of December 2005 for ruling in the case George W. Bush, et al., petitioners v. Albert Gore Jr., et al., adhering to the 13th of December deadline for states to have election controversies ended, it seemingly appeared to state that its ruling only applied to that election, which is critical to note if this present election reaches that legal level, as this High Court only has 8 justices and a majority may not currently exist to enforce Title III, U.S. Code, Section 5. To how America has been brought to this current abyss, began in the summer of 2013 when rogue, subversive forces loyal to Hillary Clinton made a radical departure from all past precedents in awarding a staggering $600 million contract to the shadowy American billionaire Jeff Bezos, who founded the internet giant Amazon.com. In October 2013, purchased America's premier political newspaper The Washington Post in order to facilitate her gaining the U.S. presidency in 2016. To how critical The Washington Post has been to the neocon factions in America backing Hillary Clinton in their pushing for perpetual war in cause of globalization, was evidenced in 2003 when all the newspapers of record single-handedly launched a war with its incredible 140 front-page stories and 27 editorials, that were republished thousands of times by other mainstream media outlets, pushing for America's illegal invasion of Iraq that has left close to 1 million people dead and continues to leave a trail of destruction across the Middle East. As to the actual workings, mechanics of this silent coup against President-elect Donald Trump by those forces loyal to Hillary Clinton, involves the corrupting of the 13th of December certification of electors from the states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and that Pennsylvania shockingly released the names of yesterday so that the electors in their state could be terrorized in order to keep them from voting for Trump on the 19th of December. With all of President-elect Trump's electors now receiving death threats from those forces loyal to Hillary Clinton, and with the likely event occurring that in the states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania they will not be able to meet their 13th of December deadline to certify their electors, the entire 8th of November U.S. presidential election will be nullified, thus leaving the U.S. Congress to decide who the next president will be. Critical to note too, should the U.S. Congress be deciding who the next president is, that their choice of whom to vote for will be determined by the 19th of December electoral college vote, and if there is one protest electoral vote for a third candidate, a person not even now being thought of as America's next leader could actually be chosen as the next U.S. president. With President-elect Donald Trump having won the electoral college vote by 306 to Hillary Clinton's 232, but Hillary Clinton winning 48.2% of the popular vote compared to Donald Trump's 46.3%, that by all measures, appearances, it appears that the U.S. Congress will, in fact, elect someone other than Trump and Clinton in what they call a consensus vote on a supposedly neutral candidate inserted by a protest elector vote on the 19th of December, but who will actually be a hidden hand supporter of the Clinton-Bush-Obama regimes who fear Trump's uncovering of their many crimes. in order to make this hidden-hand president acceptable to the American people. Though all of the powerful forces backing the Clinton-Bush-Obama regimes have now combined to defeat President-elect Trump in this silent coup, and that now includes Richard Painter, President George W. Bush's former top White House ethics lawyer, who just yesterday shockingly called on all electors not to vote for Trump. As part of this silent coup against President-elect Trump, is the beginning of a full onslaught of new attacks against him by the US propaganda mainstream media, attempting to influence the electors by warning that he is dangerous, and they're foolishly saying that he has brought the United States close to outright war with China, and that was due to Trump's having a pre-arranged telephonic conversation with Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen. President-elect Trump's call with Taiwan's leader was actually a much-needed shot across the bow against the communist leaders of China, who have done nothing to stop the nuclear ambitions of their client state North Korea, and that all of America's top military leaders have warned is the United States' greatest current threat. And as America's top military leaders have continually seen their grave warnings about North Korea being ignored by the Clinton-Bush-Obama regimes, they have now become President-elect Donald Trump's most ardent supporters against this silent coup, and whose unmatched power appears to now be in force as they prepare not only to defend their new commander-in-chief, but the very survival of the United States too. Just 10 days now await for America's survival to be determined, and as the entire world holds its breath. We are Anonymous.